Hi, in this video we're going to talk about co-signers and guarantors and how they can be a big help for especially first-time home buyers obtaining a mortgage. It's usually a family member, and family can be a big help with down payments, sometimes gifting down payments, but without having to advance cash. There's other ways for them to help you out. The two main ones are first, being a co-signer. When someone does that, they sign on to the mortgage agreement and end up on title for the property. So they are legally treated as though they are a co-borrower effectively, although they're a co-signer, and they will make the mortgage payments if the main borrowers are unable to do so. A guarantor doesn't sign on to the mortgage and isn't on title to the property, but they sign a guarantee agreement with the lender that says they'll make the mortgage payments if the borrower is not able to do so. So let's look at the key differences between the two. A co-signer is usually a family member. They sign on to the mortgage, but they don't plan to live in the house typically. So they have the legal obligations of a borrower by signing on to the mortgage agreement and being on title for the property. So you have to make sure if you're going to try to get a co-signer, obviously, that it's somebody you trust. That's why co-signers are usually close family members. The lenders will use the co-signer's income and credit profile to help underwrite the mortgage. So hopefully the co-signer that you may be considering to add to your mortgage is someone with a good credit record and strong income. Otherwise, they won't help the application. And it's most helpful in situations where the borrower lacks the income to carry the mortgage. So the co-signer's income is added to the total income that's considered to be available to pay the debt service on the mortgage. The guarantor, again, usually a family member, signs a guarantee agreement. They don't sign on to the mortgage. The lenders will use their income and credit profile to support the mortgage application like they do with a co-signer. And as an example, one of the times that a guarantor can be really useful is if a borrower actually does have the income and to cover the mortgage, but can't qualify maybe because they haven't established their credit history yet or have a poor credit score, the guarantor's credit can be used to supplement that application. What are the legal and financial implications for people that want to consider being a co-signer or a guarantor? Well, again, a guarantor is taking on the legal obligations as if they were the owner of the home. So they're on the mortgage, they're on the title, and so they should only be considering this for a situation they know well, i.e. a close family member. The lenders will require the documentation from the co-signer and the guarantor as if they were the borrower. So you're going to have to send them your income documents, bank statements, ID, all these other things so that they can underwrite you along with the other borrowers. It can affect your credit and your future ability to borrow. So when someone's looking at your debt ratios, if you were trying to borrow some money somewhere else, you would have to include this obligation you have to cover mortgage payments on this mortgage. So make sure it's clear what the implications are for you if you're considering being a co-signer and guarantor and that you're comfortable with that. And for the borrower, they now have someone else bearing responsibility for the mortgage and someone else on title. So, they don't have free and clear access to do with that property what they want because they need the sign off from the co-signer or the guarantor to do so. So again, these roles are best played by trusted family members. And only consider being a co-signer or guarantor if you have a strong credit profile, good income, and can afford this obligation. It's not just a simple signing of a document. You're actually taking on a legal and financial obligation. So other considerations, anyone considering being a co-signer or guarantor should talk to a lawyer so they fully understand the legal implications. If the borrower's financial situation improves over time after, say, 2 or 3 years into a 5-year mortgage, they could go to the lender and have the co-signer removed from title and the mortgage if the lender approved. And the key thing, though, is for new entrants into the market, house prices can be very high, down payment requirements can be significant, and these arrangements can provide significant help for new home buyers trying to enter the market for the first time without the person supporting you having to put cash up for the down payment. So it is a nice mechanism to help you enter the housing market. If you want to talk about how to get into the housing market, these issues, any other mortgage issues, we're always here to help. Call us at Frank Mortgage on the number on your screen. Find us online at frankmortgage.com, or you can scan the QR code and book an appointment with one of our mortgage agents directly. Thank you.